audience, hello Toastmasters.
Yes.
Should I start? Hello Toastmasters and fellow guests. I am Yahya Vohra. My topic here today is about how to become a success star. Success for everyone has a different perspective. Everyone thinks of success as most of the people think of it as a luxury car, a brand, a bigger house, a lavish life, a yacht, parties and stuff like that. How many of you actually think that success is not actually, by the show of hands, I would like to know that how many of you actually feel that success is not by the luxuries that it gives provided? How many of you do you agree with that? Okay, good number. But let us say that, I would like to share a story of one of my friends. He came to me and he was broke. He was jobless for 3 months, and he had all the house expenses on head of him, and he wanted to break free. He came to me and asking for a job and just finding any source of income that could help him out of the poverty that he was going through recently. So I remember the story, a very inspiring story. Recently I read about a guy named Viktor Frankl. Now the story relates to the early 20th century, and it happened in the First World War. What happened was Viktor Frankl was living his normal life one day, and army came, broke into his house and took him with his family to a death camp, where he was brutally, not only him, he with his family, his wife, his mother, his brothers, his sisters, they were all brutally beaten daily. They were given food that was left to rotten just to survive, and nothing else mattered to the army. Only the survival of the people and nothing else. He left all his luxury back. He was so confused that what was happening to him actually, what went wrong with his life, what he did wrong to the people who, in the past history. What he did was, one day he was taken to the hall by the army, and what he saw was his mother standing right in front of him. Suddenly they threw his mother into the oven. He saw his mother in front of his eyes burning alive. Then came his wife. Same thing happened. They were both burning alive. Brother, everyone one by one was thrown into the oven just to burn alive. And he was all chained up to one corner of the room, and just hoping to get out and get free from that thing and help his mother, his family, just to shoot everyone with whatever guns he has available. Now when it came to his turn, what happened was that they took a rest. The army took a rest and then waited for him to that we'll send him into the oven the next day. Now after waiting in that solitary confinement, the dark room with only the bars, nothing else in the room, he was standing naked on the room with one leg broken. He stood on the slab that had cemented slab for sleeping. He stood on that slab, and he was giving and laughing and giving a motivational speech in that black room. Now people around in prison were all confused. What happened? What was the problem going on? I mean, why is he so happy in that such a dark room, such cruelty going on over here, and why is he so happy about that? So one by one, they went there and asked him, how are you so happy? What's the problem? What are you doing? He told them that from situation to the response, that is complete responsibility of one man, that is you. The life depends on you. The situation is given to you, and how you respond to it, that is completely your responsibility. What he was doing, he explained to them that after I get out from this cruelty, I wanted to give a motivational speech to the students of the university. I'll be standing on the stage telling them the people about the death camp. How was my experience in the death camp? How did I? How was my school life? How did I go to the university? How I started bullying multiple peoples, and how I was playing around. What sort of a job I wanted. How the life was going on, and that is what made him motivated. Now, prisoners came one by one asking for help, seeking help, that how can we be happy staying in that such cruel environment. He just guided everyone one by one. Then after some time, the security guards, can you imagine, the security guards of that cruel death camp came to Mr. Frankel, asking for help, that they also were looking for the happiness. Mr. Frankel asked, you guys are outside of the boundary wall. You guys have jobs, kids. You guys have family. You have money. You've got money coming in every day. You've got a car. Why are you happy? That day, Mr. Frankel defined everyone that life and your success only lies within you. It's you who have to polish yourself. Like I see your fellow Toastmasters over here trying to polish themselves, increasing their public speaking for careers, for futures, and getting a good thing, a good career, good life. Probably someone would want luxury life, some would want a happy life, someone would want a good family life and stuff like that. People, that's how they go. After telling the story to my friend, what happened was, I saw a smile. There was a very sweet smile, and there was bright eyes that I saw in his eyes. He was so happy. It's just that one story or one biography of a person I was telling to that guy that changed his life, that it's only he who has to do it, it's not anyone else to blame or excuse about it. And he left thanking me over there. Now, let me share one of my personal life stories. How many of you have actually been broke financially? By the raise of hand, can you guys show me that how many have actually been broke? Like financially, bura waqt aayo and stuff like that. How many of you actually have experienced that? 1, 2, anyone else? No? No? Oh, that's good. You've got a happy wife and I guess a happy family then. They don't love shopping this. So that's a good thing. Let me share one interesting moment of my personal life. I guess it was the second day of Eid, and I used to ride motorbikes. So what I did was, we planned on watching a movie. So I went to one of my friend's place, picked up the DVD on the bike, and went to the other friend's place where we used to gather up and watch the movie. I was hit by a jeep at 160 in a very small road, and my body, after hitting, flew from here to that end of the room, hitting the footpath, and I was in coma for 11 days, where no doctor was willing, no neurosurgeon in the country was willing to operate me. Now, after I woke up, I had a memory loss. I used to see things like this is a water bottle, but I could not tell what this was. That moment can not only be explained by words, but that moment is only experienced and can help one person get what he wants. Now, what happened after that was, people were coming around like normal society that goes on. People coming around, giving sympathies and giving us sympathies, and yeah, this happened to the guy and this happened to the guy. I saw people coming in, but that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. People coming in and palpas and stuff like that, hearing that, but that's not what I wanted. What I wanted was, I wanted help. We wanted somebody's help to pay those millions of bills of the hospital that jumped up to the millions. That's not what people were helping out. You get the sympathies, but the world is not about sympathies. It is about money, but it's not necessary that you are run after money. What we want to do That day I realized that what we've got to do is think win-win, think global, make not only for our children. We work, go to the jobs, go to the office. What are we after? We are after our children. Get them good, get them better. Why not the country? Have any one of you ever thought, okay, like we will build an organization like Anglo Polymers, like in Nishad Group? Has anyone thought of that? No one has ever thought of that, because we only think we're stuck to a society. That's not what we want. We should think big. We should think global. We should work like that. Let us all live and let us all inspire. Thank you so much.